Rick liked to think of them that way. It made his job palatable. In retiring, i.e. killing an Andy, he did not violate the rule of life laid down by Mercer. You shall kill only the killers, Mercer had told them the year empathy boxes first appeared on Earth. And in Mercerism, as it evolved into a full theology, the concept of the killers had grown insidiously. In Mercerism, an absolute evil plucked at the threadbare cloak of the tottering, ascending old man. But it was never clear who or what this evil presence was. A Mercerite sensed evil without understanding it. Put another way, a Mercerite was free to locate the nebulous presence of the killers wherever he saw fit. For Rick Deckard, an escaped humanoid robot, which had killed its master, which had been equipped with an intelligence greater than that of many human beings, which had no regard for animals, which possessed no ability to feel empathic joy for another life form's success or grief at its defeat, that, for him, epitomized the killers. Thinking about animals reminded him of the ostrich as he had seen in the pet store. Temporarily, he pushed away the specks on the Nexus 6 brain unit, took a pinch of Mrs. Siddon's number 3 and 4 snuff, and conjugated. Then he examined his watch, saw that he had time. He picked up his desk vidphone and said to Miss Marsden, "Get me the Happy Dog Pet Store on Sutter Street." "Yes, sir," Miss Marsden said and opened her phone book. They can't really want that much for the ostrich, Rich said to himself. They expect you to car trade like in the old days. "Happy Dog Pet Shop," a man's voice declared, and on Rick's vid screen a minute happy face appeared. Animals could be heard bawling. "That ostrich you have in your display window," Rich said. He toyed with a ceramic ashtray before him on the desk. "What sort of a down payment would I need for that?" "Let's see," the animal salesman said, groping for a pen and pad of paper. 1/3 down, he figured. "May I ask, sir, if you're going to trade something in?" Guardedly, Rick said, "I haven't decided." "Let's say we put the ostrich on a 30-month contract," the salesman said, "at a low interest rate of 6% a month. That would make your monthly payment, after a reasonable down." "You'll have to lower the price you're asking," Rick said. "Knock off 2,000 and I won't trade anything in. I'll come up with cash." Dave Holden, he reflected, is out of action. That could mean a great deal depending on how many assignments show up during the coming month. "Sir," the animal salesman said, "our asking price is already $1,000 under book. Check your Sydneys." "I'll hang on. I want you to see for yourself, sir, that our price is fair." Christ, Rick thought. They're standing firm. However, just for the heck of it, he wiggled his bent Sydneys out of his coat pocket, thumbed to ostrich, male, female, old, young, sick, well, mint, used, and inspected the prices. "Mint, male, young, well," the salesman informed him, $30,000. He, too, had his Sydneys out. "We're exactly 1,000 under book. Now your down payment—" "I'll think it over," Rick said, "and call you back." He started to hang up. "Your name, sir?" the salesman asked alertly. "Frank Merriwell," Rick said. "And your address, Mr. Merriwell? In case I'm not here when you call back." He made up an address and put the vidphone receiver back on its cradle. All that money, he thought. And yet people buy them. Some people have that kind of money. Picking up the receiver again, he said harshly, "Give me an outside line, Miss Marsden, and don't listen in on the conversation. It's confidential." He glared at her. "Yes, sir," Miss Marsden said. "Go ahead and dial." She then cut herself out of the circuit, leaving him to face the outside world. He dialed, by memory, the number of the false animal shop at which he had gotten the ersatz sheep. On the small vid-screen, a man dressed like a vet appeared. "Dr. McRae," the man declared. "This is Deckard. How much is an electric ostrich?" "Oh, I'd say we could fix you up for less than $800. How soon did you want delivery?" "We would have to make it up for you. There's not that much call for—" "I'll talk to you later," Rick interrupted. Glancing at his watch, he saw that 9:30 had arrived. "Goodbye." He hurriedly hung up, rose, and shortly thereafter stood before Inspector Bryant's office door. He passed Bryant's receptionist, attractive with waist-length braided silver hair, and then the inspector's secretary, an ancient monster from the Jurassic swamp, frozen and sly, like some archaic apparition fixated in the tomb world. Neither woman spoke to him, nor he to them. Opening the inner door, he nodded to his superior, who was busy on the phone. Seating himself, he got out the specs on Nexus 6, which he had brought with him, and once more read them over as Inspector Bryant talked away. He felt depressed, and yet logically, because of Dave's sudden disappearance from the work scene, he should be at least guardedly pleased.